Hello, I am so happy to see you. I'm Dr. Liz Applegate, member of the Scientific Advisory Board here at NeoLife. I'm also distinguished faculty from University of California, where I've worked with tens of thousands of students and a lot of student athletes doing sports nutrition. And all of us, like those student athletes, have the same request. How can I be my best? I want to feel alive. I want to feel energized, vital, vibrant, all those things. And I ask you, are you living your best version of you? That's what this is all about today, a journey to accomplish that. But first, let's look at, well, wait a minute, we're all different. We have different body sizes, different ages, different needs, really. So how can you tell me what I need? I've been through this a lot of times. I know that there are approaches to doing something every day, certain daily do's that can help us be our best version. So let me ask you a few simple questions. How's your weight? Do you think it's healthy? Are you able to sustain your energy levels during the day? What about your food choices? Are they healthy? And then, do you think clearly? Are you in a meeting and all of a sudden you're off on a Disneyland ride and they're talking about some important marketing story? Well, what your current self is an important place to start, because we want to look at your daily routine. It's critical for you so you can be your best version of you. What happens in the morning for you? What about daytime? How are you fueling yourself? What are you doing? What's your activity during that day? And when you finally end your day, whatever time that is, how are you setting yourself up for successful sleep? So let's go through your journey. I want to make this simple, actionable, and successful for you and everyone. But specific for you, we are going to do 8 daily do's to be your best version of you. We're going to go through each of them, how-tos, whys, and set you on your journey to be the best version of you. The first daily do, hydrate for optimal fluid balance. Now, I'm not going to tell you to drink 10 cups of water. It's not the goal here. The goal is to think about, what does body fluid do for you? It circulates nutrients to all those millions of cells in your body, aids in digestion, delivers oxygen to your cells. It literally is essential for life. You can't go without it. It's vital for skin health. You can almost tell when someone is dehydrated the way their skin looks. And over half your body weight is water. So how do you know if you have optimal fluid balance? I'm going to do something bold here. I am going to encourage you every so often to count how many full bladders of urine do you have each day. Yes, you heard it right. I want you to think about, you're going to wake up in the morning and urinate, and then other times during the day, and your goal is to have 5 or more. And what we know is that fluid needs depends on your calorie intake. So a small person eating fewer calories than a large person needs less fluid than that bigger person. You're out in the warm sun, you're doing certain types of exercises, your environmental conditions, all of those determine the amount of fluid that you need. And what beverages you're choosing, literally all of them contribute to your fluid intake, even coffee, as long as that's not your only beverage of choice. But alcohol actually is a diuretic, and we can't count that towards your fluid balance. It ranges somewhere between around 8 cups, upwards of 16 cups or more every day. And that's a broad range because it depends on you. So I want you, besides counting your bladders of urine, I want you to look at your urine color. Your urine color. We have 8 vials of 100% urine, not diluted with water. The vials, as you see from the left to the right, get darker as the urine concentration of metabolites and waste products gets more intense, more concentrated. The darker the color, the more dehydrated, lack of body water that you have. Dangerous for your health, your brain function, your heart function, and so on. The one on the extreme left is overhydration. It looks like straight water. But right around 2 and 3, you're fully hydrated. And as it gets darker, going from a pale straw color light lemonade to a beer color or different types of beer colors, that's as you get more dehydrated. And there gets to a point that you need to stop that activity that you're doing. If your urine is this darker color, 6, 7, and even 8, seek medical help. Now, I do want to point out that when you take a vitamin mineral supplement, you will have brighter yellow colored urine. So you want to do this middle of the day, check your color urine every so often. Now, what fluids you choose makes a tremendous difference to you being your best version of you. We have lots of choices. We have plain water, we have sport drink, we have different types of milk and non-dairy milks. We have sodas. We have lots of beverages with added sugar. And I want you to know that that's where we get a little iffy. If you're taking in much of your fluid from beverages with added sugar, chances are you are taking in more than your daily value for sugar, 50 grams. You're exceeding that, and that's not optimal for your food choices. What I want to encourage you to do with this daily do is to start a drinking routine. Yes, plan to drink. And know that during the day, hey, I'm going to bring this water bottle with me, or I know I have a water station at work. I have something in my car. You may already do this for your children, making sure they get enough fluid when they go to their sports practice. You count. I want you to set up your drinking routine. So try to avoid those beverages with added sugars. And make sure that when you're doing water, make it more flavorful. It actually, studies show you drink more and stay better hydrated when you put a citrus slice in it or maybe some herb leaves. And by the way, when you eat fruits and vegetables, which we'll be talking about, 20% of your fluid needs comes from fruit and vegetable intake. Daily do number 2, we're on our journey. We're number 2 here. And this might seem, I don't know if I can do this. Physical activity every day, and I'm going to tell you, yes, you can. This is accumulating during the day 30 to 60 minutes of physical activity. It does not have to be a gut-busting, all-out aerobic workout. It can be walking your dog for 15 minutes and doing that again at night for 15 minutes. It can be joining a friend for a walk or an aerobics class. It can be you on your own watching a video. All sorts of activities are out there for you to do, and we want them to be fun. This isn't something that should feel laborious. And I think you'll notice the difference. Let's talk about the benefits of physical activity. First, we know there's great disease prevention and risk reduction. We know people who are fit have lower heart disease risk. They have lower risk for certain forms of cancer, lower risk for type 2 diabetes, and their bones are stronger, lower risk of osteoporosis. What I think initially is so impressive about exercise is we find in research studies when people start an exercise program like walking 30 minutes, 60 minutes, within a few days they already feel better. They have improved mood. Their energy levels are better. We notice that appetite control is improved and people stay in calorie balance. They feel better about themselves, body image, and confidence. I can't tell you enough or sell you enough on getting daily physical activity. So how can you possibly do it? Well, I want you to start by, hey, I'm working on my best version of me. You got to prioritize yourself. You have to put yourself out there for the day and say, this is when I'm going to be doing my activity. Capture those time opportunities that you can do. Get up off your work chair, get out and do something, come back in. You got 10 minutes to the next meeting, do it. Find a friend to do an activity with at work or at home, or go solo. Try to figure out times and you can do it. There are millions and millions of people that fit physical activity in every day. Daily do number 3, eat a morning meal. Notice I'm not saying breakfast. I just want you to think about and do it. Eat in the morning. I know for some of you that's a no-brainer. You love breakfast. But for many of us, we do not end up eating until 11, 12. We've been up for hours. I want you to eat within a few hours of waking. Eat a variety of different types of foods. It doesn't have to be the same breakfast cereal. And want to make sure there's protein and bring your meal with you, your morning meal with you. The research is very interesting with morning meal eaters. Why eat? Why can't I, if I'm not hungry, why should I eat? Well, You start your energy burning then as you put food on board. We know that people who eat a morning meal have better vitamin and mineral nutrition, and this helps them with chronic disease prevention, lower risk for heart disease, for example, and also improved ability to control their weight. People think, oh, I don't want to eat breakfast, I might gain weight. Absolutely not. We know that people who eat a morning meal weigh less than people who skip that morning meal. So think twice about that and get that in your daily routine. Important daily do. All sorts of foods work, even leftover pizza from the night before. How you're going to do it is to make that time for yourself. Again, prep something the night before, stick it in the fridge, keep it in the work fridge for the week. Packaged food is just fine. Pre-cut up fruit and yogurt, great morning meal to have. You want to bring food with you. You have to take the initiative to eat a morning meal. Don't let that food happen to you. You make it happen. Well, daily do number 4, we're halfway on our journey. Select high quality protein, have protein at every meal. Yes, we hear a lot about protein, and for good reason. We want 15 to 30 grams at every meal. Convenience like NeoLife Shake is perfect. Bring it with you, have it in your desk, put it in your car with a shaker so that you have that dose of protein, and we want to be doing that throughout the day, and I'll show you why. So protein is very critical because much of your body weight, besides water, the next most significant nutrient in your body is protein. It makes up your lean body mass. It's your immune system health and function. Your bones are made up of protein. And protein in your system helps control your body weight. This is among other things. How much do you need? It's not a one-size-fits-all. Somewhere between 60 to 120 grams, depending on your activity level and your body weight. So what I want to talk about is why eat protein throughout the day. And you meal skippers, pay attention here because eating protein throughout the day is critical. Look at the red line, which is protein breakdown, and the green line, which is protein production. We make and break down proteins all day long. Your body's constantly refurbishing, refreshing. Hey, I got an idea. Touch your bicep. That bicep, big or small, whatever it is, has been remodeled in 6 weeks. You have a brand new bicep. So we're always making and breaking down protein. So in the morning when you eat, you supply protein to your system. Protein breakdown slows down and production goes up. Lunch, we do the same thing. So we're always in a cycle of making proteins and breaking them back down. This is why saving all that protein, 2 chicken breasts, and having it at dinner is not going to work. You want to sustain that protein building machinery throughout the day. Types of foods that will help you reach that goal, 15 to 30 grams in a meal. I have some examples there. Small chicken breast, 20 grams, size of a deck of cards. Glass of milk, 9 grams. Greek yogurt, 20. Cottage cheese, my favorite, a good 25 grams, solid high quality protein, and of course 2 eggs at 12. Fish is another good source. Plant protein sources, check the labels, make sure you're getting something protein that you can utilize, and usually tofu and soy milk and some of the others are excellent, along with string cheese. So there are a lot of choices out there. You also have the opportunity to check labels. Please check labels and see how much protein, and aim for 2 seafood servings in a week. Easy prep proteins are the best. Daily do number 5, eat 6 different servings of fruits and vegetables. We want to supply our bodies with all those rich nutrients, the colorful array that we see in that middle picture, we actually can find in NeoLife products like the carotenoid complex. You want 6 servings, so like a medium piece of fruit, a cup of raw vegetable. Why go through all that trouble and eat so many fruits and vegetables? Well, they're about the best in terms of nutrient density that you can get. They're outstanding sources of 2 types of fiber, soluble and insoluble fiber that helps your digestive tract and your cardiovascular disease health. They're packed with micronutrients. And just take a look at those colors. We go from dark, rich blues and reds and greens and pinks and yellows, oranges. Those are all phytonutrients. Those are compounds that have been linked directly to disease prevention, particularly lowering the risk for heart disease, certain cancers, and also Alzheimer's. So it's so important to look to many different types of fruits and vegetables. Go for color. You hear this all the time, but try to aim for 6 different ones per day. 1 serving is a fist, roughly a small fist. You can push it out a little bit, but that's a serving of vegetables. 2 cups of greens, however, is considered a serving because they're so airy. For fruits, we look at a medium-sized piece. Those are small bananas, and that would work as a serving. Otherwise, a half a banana, and you see the other ones. So you want to aim for about 3 pieces per day. There are many ways that you can incorporate fruits and veggies into your meal and throughout your day by making combo foods. Buy the prepackaged fruit. Buy bagged salad. They're great. Add it to your yogurt and cereal in the morning. Throw it in that smoothie and open up a can of soup at night and put in 2 cups of greens to help yourself with that kind of vegetable intake. Daily do number 6, they eat the right fats. We're looking at getting omega-3s, an essential fat found in fish and other seafood, as well as omega-6 found in nuts and seeds, and a small amount of omega-3 in those types of foods. These are key essential fats, and I'll show you in a minute what their important role is. We also want monounsaturated fats, great for heart health. Avocado, olive oil, canola oil. And even this is where supplementation can be quite significant, like NeoLife's Salmon Oil Plus, that provides key array of essential fatty acids in the form of different omega-3s. Choosing the right fat for you is so important to keep your cell membrane structure intact and healthy. Your brain cells, neurons, have omega-3s and some omega-6s as part of the membrane structure, and this is important to keep that integrity, to keep the health of brain cells. Same for skin, and this ultimately translates into disease risk reduction, especially for cardiovascular disease, certain cancers, and the delay of cognitive decline and Alzheimer's. Choose the right fat. So look at seafood or an omega-3 supplement if you're not going to eat seafood, nuts and seeds, and lessen your use of solid fats, saturated fats, things like, breaks my heart to say it, but cream cheese is very high in saturated fat, and we want to try to eat less of that, as well as pastry. So it's about making a shift. Reach for fiber at every meal. That's daily do number 7. We want to make sure that you get fiber. We've talked about fruit and vegetables. Well, I want to tie in whole grains and beans and more about nuts and seeds. These are all sources of fiber. Fiber is an indigestible carbohydrate found in plant products. Well, why is it so beneficial? We really can't digest it very well. Well, it's so beneficial because literally it's magical. It promotes healthy digestion, keeps your gut bacteria happy, and when they're happy, you're happy. They make compounds that affect your mood. They make compounds that affect your immune system strength. Fiber helps diminish your levels of hunger. It helps lower the risk for chronic diseases, in particular cancer of the large intestine, heart disease, and diabetes. So it's so important to get this fiber and get it from a variety of foods. And I say it is easier now than it was 15 years ago to get more fiber in your diet. We have whole grain everything, lots of ready-to-eat fruits and vegetables. In fact, I want to encourage you to eat fruits and vegetables. In addition to whole grain, get 2 servings of whole grains every day. So that means a half a cup of cooked pasta or brown rice or black rice if you haven't tried that yet. All very good sources of fiber. So these grains, along with getting beans in your diet, nuts and seeds, will help you meet that fiber need that's about 20 to over 30 grams. The more calories you need, the more calories you eat, the more fiber you need. Again, not a one-size-fits-all. I can tell you what they put on food labels. They look at 28 grams as being the daily value. You may well need more or even less than that. You want to try to leave on peels, select whole grain versions as best you can, and add fiber sources. Fiber supplements like NeoLife's or the seeds in NeoLife Bar are a great way to get additional insoluble and soluble fibers. Okay, our journey's almost at the finish line, and our last daily do is establish and keep your sleep routine. Can't even tell you how important this is. We want to make sure that we are consistently getting healthful, restful, restorative sleep. It promotes a healthy weight. We know that people who get 7 to 9 hours of sleep actually maintain a healthier body weight than people who are sleep deprived. It boosts your immune system strength. You really are regenerating, rejuvenating, restoring when you go to bed at night and wake up in the morning. And you feel better when you wake up and have had a good night's sleep. There's something to that saying, oh, Charlie, I think he got up on the wrong side of the bed. Really what that means is that maybe Charlie didn't get enough sleep last night and his mood is affected. We also have evidence, strong research evidence that work performance is improved, both at work, cognitive skills, as well as athletic. And then finally, chronic disease risk is lowered when people have good, healthy sleep routine. Ask yourself this: do you ever feel like you don't have enough enthusiasm to get through the day? Maybe that happens every so often, once in a blue moon, as they say. But what about if it's happening every week, like you really are dragging on Fridays? Wonder if you stayed up pretty late the night before. Or what if it's happening a couple of times a week? Or what if it's every day? Like, it shouldn't be this tough to get myself out of bed and get to work or handle at-home daycare or any of the things that you're doing. So if these are some of the things you're finding about yourself, check your sleep routine. How do you establish it? Get that 7 to 9 hour time window and protect it. Hey, I can't go to the movies at 10 at night. I know, a lot of college students do that type of thing, but you want to protect so that you get 7 to 9 hours of sleep and you're up, ready to go, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's fun. You want those hours of sleep. Keep that routine on weekends and days off. Why? Because you might think, oh, I'll catch up on some sleep on Saturday morning. It doesn't quite work that way. You want to be consistent so you rejuvenate and you restore yourself in that 24-hour period. Try to avoid bright lights when you set up yourself for sleep. Try to avoid disturbing movies, no Night of the Living Dead, and try to limit your screen time. Hard to do, but get rid of that screen. Don't be distracted. Put the phone away, have a digital alarm clock, and avoid caffeinated beverages about 5 or so hours beforehand. Alcohol as well, which can maybe make you feel sleepy initially, but actually it disrupts your sleep cycle. Large meals are not helpful within those few hours before your routine bedtime. So I think you can set yourself up for better sleep routine. So let's pull your journey together. You're on it as of right now, today. You are on the journey to be your best version of you with proper fluid balance, physical activity, eating a morning meal, making sure you get protein, 6 different servings, vegetables and fruits, making sure that you have healthy fats, those omega-3s and omega-6s, along with getting adequate fiber from those different plant foods in your diet. And then finally, establishing that sleep routine and keeping it. I wish you the best on your journey, and I look forward to seeing you along the way. Thank you.